welcome everyone. Thanks for coming and thanks for participating and being together here for 1 month. I mean, it's not a short time, long time. You have to make so many things put together and make this. To come here is not just a simple. So I'm very grateful and thankful. And also I admire your courage and commitment, joy for the practices. So very good. And again, that's so wonderful, so special, and for that reason, again, we all, this what you're doing, this really to bring that with more joy and appreciation. And we may this become one of the great cause to bring joy and peace, happiness to whole world and beyond. And all the time, not just a one-time kind of shot, but continually, really, for all beings, 6 realms, can ripple effects and continuously echoing through the galaxy, through the universe, through the sea, all the samsaras, benefiting one after another, endless. As actually in the teaching said, when you dedicate the merit in the vastness of the Dharmakaya, like as the Buddha summoned, Bodhisattva summoned Buddha and Mejushiri did, that merit, they're never going to demolish it or finish. It continually going to ignite that. And this, therefore, the gracious teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni, used even examples that if you drop the 1 drop of water in the ocean, it's not going to dry up. That drop of the water we drop in the ocean, it will last until the ocean is dried up. It will remain. Similarly, whatever do the merit, good things, if we dedicated that for vastness of the Dharma Dhatu or for vastness of all the sentient beings, until sentient beings are reached the enlightenment, that merit will continually igniting the ripple effect, one after another, it is really going on and on. And for that reason, to kind of secure the merit, same time to increase the merit, one of the most important is to dedicate the merit. Is in the teaching said always. I mean, that's what we do. Seven techniques that accumulate the merit, or sometimes translate the 7 limbs. And that one is the dedication is so powerful. It's lasting long. It increases all the time. What the teaching said again, as the drop of the water, if we put it in the ocean, that won't going to dissipate until the ocean is dried up. Similarly, what we dedicated the merit for all the sentient beings, to without any kind of expectation or regret or anything, we dedicated that purely, that merit will never going to finish it up until all the sentient beings are reaching enlightenment. Everyone. That's what use the example. So therefore, I mean, this what you're making this time and coming in, and all this is not just insignificant, particularly this busy time of the world. Really, you're making big effort. So really kind of that, bring up that highlight and dedicate it to every living beings. It's just a very, very beautiful merit, beautiful the practices, beautiful dharma that. And for that reason, what the great master Lungkimpa said, always when we practice, always the kind of that practice combined in 3 novels, beginning novels, middle novels, and concluding novels. I said so many times, Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche said so many times, and I'm sure you heard this from so many other great masters, so I'm not going to repeat those things, but this one, that novel, among that 3, the 3rd one is the dedication and aspirations, inspirations. That is what it is. So therefore, again, reciting our beautiful motivation of the joy and appreciation, and together with the vastness motivation of the bodhichitta, as we know, and then purity understanding of the Dzogchen teachings or Dzogchen practices. Dzogchen practices, we talk as Dzogchen practices, but reality, Dzogchen is our nature, your nature. We are going through this teaching is just pointing out what we are inherited, what we have, and how we're going to reveal that nature. Present time, even though we have this nature, it's not fully spotlight or fully is glowing. This teaching is instructing how to reveal that nature, bring up. And what is Dzogchen? Dzogchen is the fully enlightened status, fully enlightened status. Like Trikaya status. then there is nothing else in enlightened state in the beside the three kaya, in the according to Buddhism or Mahayana or the Vedayana. Dzogchen is a three kaya status. So revelation of the Dzogchen means reaching the enlightenment and discover the enlightenment. Where discovering the enlightenment is, according in the Sutra Mahayana teaching, it takes 3 countless eons to reach become the Buddha. That even in the teaching said, the highly capable person will take 3 countless eons. How they do? First, they develop the bodhichitta, and the second, they continue accumulating to merit through the 6 paramitas or the 10 paramitas. Then finally, they are reaching enlightenment. Those are highly capable practitioners. Mid-yoga capability practitioner is the same manual, same system, but it takes 7 countless eons. And the third kind of capability individuals in the teaching said it will take 32, I think, over 30 countless eons. When we are talking about 3 countless eons, high capability individuals according to Sutra Mahayana, that which gracious teacher, kindness, compassion teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni himself said he was the one of the great capability, high capability individual. For him, it took 3 countless eons. In the Dzogchen teaching, we're not talking about 3 countless eons. We're not talking about the 1 or 2 lifetimes. Talking in these lifetimes. In these lifetimes. In this lifetime, we're discovering the 3 Kaya state or the enlightenment. Those people, again, even Dzogchen practitioners are known as the highest capable practitioners. But there is also a code in kind of practical level. There is a high capability of practitioner, Dzogchen practitioner, medium capability of Dzogchen practitioners, and third capability of Dzogchen practitioners. Highly capability of Dzogchen practitioners reach enlightenment within 10 years, 12 years. Those are Jesuits, Singapore. That when we went, I think, long time ago, our great kindness teacher, Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche, taught those teachings. Jesuits reach enlightenment within this lifetime as a transcendental Vastu-rainbow bodies. And then when Menjushiri Matras, Garab Dorji, Menjushiri Matras, and as well as Shiri Singhas and Jnana Sutras, all those are, when you read life stories, they are like just a regular individuals, very smart, very genius, smart, but their courage and commitment, their dedication, their devotions, their bodhichitta is so deep, so vast, so open. Because of that, they reach enlightenment within that lifetimes. Within those lifetimes, reach enlightenment, including Jeju Sangeshwara. And Yishim Soja, of course, Yishim Soja is always that she is the emanation of the Saraswati and the Vajra Saraswati and the Sangye Jema or the Buddha Lochanas and all that. But again, when we read life story, she went through step by step, and how much she put in dual of the practicing, courage and commitment, ascetic practices. That means that ascetic practice, what means actually? Behind the scene is courage, commitment, determinations, not lingering, not wavering, not kind of swinging thing to every situation according to the emotions. Staying firm as solid mountains, strong and steady, or the user name as a vigilance. Then discover enlightenment. And all those Dzogchen practitioners, when we line up this, everything, everyone, really like Longchimpa, and all this chain of the practitioners, and this, all this from the time with Guru Pema Sambhav and Great Bhamana Matra came to Tibet, and then great translator Veroja, then they shared the teachings. So many chain of the golden mountains, the lineage masters who completely actualize these realizations one after another. But when we read life story, they not just come like that, glorious, beautiful, what we talk that. They, as normal human beings, full of all the chaos of the samsara situations, dilemmas, troubles, these and that things. Really, going life is on and on, as like now, looks like. Same thing. But their courage, again, their devotion, determination, commitment, putting the practice without doubt and hesitations, kind of lingering back and forth, not continually moves with full of satisfaction, confident, put the practice into the heart, and then they become the winner and victorious. That is what the really practice is. So this Dzogchen practice is practicing of our innate nature. Your innate nature, my innate natures, we are revealing, we are glorifying, we are kind of bringing out of the midst of the dualities, fabrications, and very fast, very quickly, very powerfully bring out. And for that, and the Tsokdruk is so powerful, so special, so beautiful. Yet with the Tsokdruk, if we add this Togal and feel, then it really rapidly discovery of our inherent natures, our glories, beautiful. Bring out that completely that. And that in the Dzogchen teaching said, it's not just in the Dzogchen teaching, Buddha Shakyamuni's generally Mahayana teachings, we all inherited this Tathagata Garbha. Tathagata Garbha has no distinction between man and woman or the male and or man and woman and animal, whatever the species we are. Everyone contains the Tathagata Garbha. There's no difference at all. That is the everyone's potentials. So in the Dzogchen teaching, that potential is instantly revealing through the techniques, simple techniques. You're revealing that instantly. Midst of the heavy darkness of the habitual patterns, you bring out that. That is really the Togal practices.